This is the county home Poor Farm Cemetery in Sullivan County, Indiana. According to records, at least 40 people are buried here. Now, we've posted several videos recently on our channel about this location, and we've continued to research, and we discovered evidence of a very special and honestly very sad burial in this cemetery. Records show that a Mr. Charles White, an African American former slave, was buried here on November 16, 1920. The November 18, 1920 edition of the Sullivan Democrat newspaper says Charles White, a former slave who claimed to be 110 years old, died at the county poor farm yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock from diseases incident to old age. According to Charlie's own story of his life, he was born in Virginia in 1810 and was a slave on a Virginia plantation until the Civil War. He was captured during the war by federal troops and was used to help build fortifications around Washington. Following the war, he came west down the Ohio River to Cincinnati, thence to Evansville, and later to Terre Haute. He worked at Terre Haute for 20 years before coming to Sullivan. He had no known relatives. Now, according to records, Mr. White was admitted to the county home on June 1st, 1920, and died about 5.5 months later on November 15th. We did a little more research and were able to locate further details about his life. The 1910 and 1920 U.S. censuses show that he did live in Sullivan, Indiana, and he was working as a janitor. He was married at some point because those census records say that he was a widower, but we were unable to locate any definitive evidence that he had lived in Terre Haute or Evansville or in Cincinnati. As far as his date of birth, the newspaper article said that Mr. White claimed to be 110 in 1920, but his birth year varies with each record, anywhere from 1810 to 1835. We could find no other records. Charles White died on November 15, 1920, and he's buried in an unmarked grave in the county home Poor Farm Cemetery in Sullivan County, Indiana.